It's Miss Jamie with the Beulah Public Library, and it's Thursday, November 12th, so it is story time. So, for our books today, in honor of Thanksgiving this month, the first one we're going to read is Pumpkin Soup, and then we're going to read Bear Says Thanks, and then we'll read There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Turkey, which this will be the first week that we are sending home craft packets for any Story Hour kiddos that want to pick them up. They will be available 9 a.m. tomorrow, Thursday, because I'm recording this on Wednesday, so they will be available tomorrow at 9 a.m. and you can pick them up before or after story time and just follow along with this video to learn how to make a candy turkey craft. So for the first book, Pumpkin Soup. Deep in the woods, there was an old white cabin with pumpkins in the garden. There's a good smell of soup, and at night, with luck, you might see a bagpiping cat through the window, and a squirrel with a banjo, and a small singing duck. Pumpkin soup, the best you've ever tasted, made by the cat who slices up the pumpkin, made by the squirrel who stirs in the water, and made by the duck who scoops up a pumpkin of salt and tips in just enough. They sharp their soup and play their song, then pop off to bed in a quilt stitched together by the cat, embroidered by the squirrel, and filled with fine feathers from the duck. And it's peaceful in the old white cabin. Everybody has his own job to do. Everybody's happy, or so it seems. But one morning, the duck woke up early. He tiptoed into the kitchen and smiled at the squirrel's special spoon. "Wouldn't it be fine," he said, "if I could be the head cook?" He drew up a stool, hopped on top, and reached until his beak just touched the tip of the spoon. Ker-plunk! Down it clattered. Then the duck trotted back to the bedroom, held up the spoon, and said, "Today it's my turn to stir the soup." "That's mine," squealed the squirrel. "Stirring is my job. Give it back." "You're too small," snapped the cat. "We'll cook the way we always have." But the duck held on tight until the squirrel tugged with all his might, and then, whoops, the spoon spun through the air and bopped the cat on the head. There was trouble, a horrible squabble, a row, a racket, a rumpus in the old white cabin. "I'm not staying here," wailed the duck. "You never let me help with anything." And he packed up a wheelbarrow, put on his hat, and waddled away. "You'll be back," stormed the cat, "after we've cleaned up." And the squirrel shook his spoon in the air, but the duck didn't come back. Not for breakfast, not even for lunch. "I'll find him," scoffed the cat. "He'll be hiding outside." "I bet he's in the pumpkin patch." But the duck was not in the pumpkin patch. They could not find him anywhere. So they waited all that long afternoon. The cat watched the door. The squirrel paced the floor. "The duck will be sorry when he comes home," they muttered. But the duck didn't come home, not even at soup time. The soup wasn't tasty. They made it too salty. They didn't feel hungry anyway. They both sobbed over supper, and their tears dripped into the soup and made it even saltier. "We should have just let him stir the soup," sniffled the squirrel. "He was only trying to help," wept the cat. "Let's go out and look for him." The cat and the squirrel were scared as they wandered down the path in the dark, dark woods. They feared for the duck, all alone with the trees, and the foxes, and the wolves, and the witches, and the bear, but they couldn't find him. On and on they trudged until they reached the edge of a steep, steep cliff. "Maybe he fell down that," wailed the cat. "I'll save him," squeaked the squirrel as he scrambled down on a long, shaky rope. He searched all around on the ground, but he couldn't find the duck. Then the cat whispered in a sad little voice, "Duck might have found some better friends." "He might," sighed the squirrel, "friends who let him help." And the more they thought about it as they plodded back, the more they were sure they were right. But when they were almost home, they saw the light shining from the old white cabin. "It's Duck," they said as they burst through the window, and the duck was so happy to see them. He was also very hungry, and though it was late, they thought that they would all make some pumpkin soup. When the duck stirred, the cat and the squirrel didn't say a word, not even when the duck stirred the soup so fast that it slopped right out of the pot, not even when he made the pot got burnt. Then the duck showed the squirrel how to measure out the salt, and the soup was still the best you ever tasted. So once again, it was a peaceful in the old white cabin until the duck said, "I think I'll play bagpipes now." All right, now we have our second book, which says Bear Says Thanks. All alone in his cave, Bears listen to the wind. He is bored, 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 and he misses his friends. "I could make a big dinner, a feast I could share." But he looks through his cupboard, and the cupboard is bare. The mouse stops by with a huckleberry pie, and the bear says, "Thanks." Bear says, "Goodness me, a delectable pie. But I have made nothing," he adds with a sigh. Then they hear, "Hi-ho!" and they both see Hare with a big batch of muffins at the door of the lair. Hare hurries in from the cold, rushing wind, and the bear says, "Thanks." "Of course," says Hare, then he points to the door. "Here comes the badger, he's got even more." "Brr," says Badger as he tromps inside. He sets down his pole and he smiles real wide. "I'm back from a stroll at the old fishing hole," and the bear says, "Thanks." Then Gopher and Mole tunnel up from the ground. "We have a warm honey nuts. Let's pass them around." There's a flap and a flitter, and there's a furry in the den, when in flutters owl with raven and wren. "We have pears from the tree and herbs to brew tea." And the bear says, "Wait." Bear mutters and he stutters and he wears a big frown. Bear sighs and he moans and he plops himself down. "You have brought yummy treats. You are so nice to share. But me, I have nothing. My cupboards are bare." Mouse squeaks, "Don't fret. There's enough, dear bear. You don't need any food. You have stories to share." His friends hug him tight. "It will be all right." And the bear says thanks. They lay out their feast on a quilt on the ground, and the bear takes a seat while his friends gather around. In a cave in the woods, in a warm, bright lair, the friends feel grateful for their good friend Bear. They pass around platters, they tweet and they chatter. And they all say thanks. Okay, now our last book. There was an old lady who swallowed a turkey. There was an old lady who swallowed a turkey. I don't know why she swallowed the turkey, but she's always been quirky. There was an old lady who swallowed a ball. She stood very tall as she swallowed that ball. She swallowed the ball to throw with the turkey. I don't know why she swallowed the turkey, but she's always been quirky. There was an old lady who swallowed a hat. Imagine that. She swallowed a hat. She swallowed the hat to cover the ball. She swallowed the ball to throw in the turkey. I don't know why she swallowed the turkey, but she's always been quirky. There was an old lady who swallowed a balloon. She felt as big as the moon when she swallowed the balloon. She swallowed the balloon to bump the hat. She swallowed the hat to cover the ball. She swallowed the ball to throw with the turkey. I don't know why she swallowed the turkey, but she's always been quirky. There was an old lady who swallowed a boat. It slid down her throat when she swallowed that boat. She swallowed the boat to anchor the balloon. She swallowed the balloon to bump the hat. She swallowed the hat to cover the ball. She swallowed the ball to throw with the turkey. I don't know why she swallowed the turkey, but she's always been quirky. There was an old lady who swallowed some wheels. She kicked up her heels when she swallowed those wheels. She swallowed the wheels to drive the boat. She swallowed the boat to anchor the balloon. She swallowed the balloon to bump the hat. She swallowed the hat to cover the ball. She swallowed the ball to throw with the turkey. I don't know why she swallowed the turkey, but she's always been quirky. There was an old lady who swallowed a horn of plenty. She could have swallowed 20 horns of plenty. Just then, the old lady heard a band, so she marched her way onto the grandstand. As the parade got underway, she wished everybody a Happy Thanksgiving Day. Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed those books as much as I did. So now we're going to get onto our craft section. And so what I'm going to do first is show you guys how to properly wash your hands. Alrighty, so now that you guys can see I'm in my kitchen, I'm going to show you how to properly wash your hands. So what you want to do is turn on your sink. Make sure you get lukewarm to warm water. That helps kill the germs. So once it gets warm enough, you're going to want to take your soap onto your hands like this. Get them a little wet. And you want to wash them for a while. So what I like to do is sing the ABCs while I'm washing my hands, because once I'm done, I know it's been long enough. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time you should sing with me. Alright, so now that we got all those germs scrubbed off, we're going to wipe our hands, or wash our hands off, sorry. And then you're going to want to dry them, like so. And that is step one for our craft. Alright, so the first thing you're going to need to do is grab the pretzel. So the first thing you're going to need to do after we washed our hands is we're going to grab our pretzel that's in our craft bag. We're going to set it here. And then we're going to grab our Rolo and we're going to unwrap him. Alright, and we're going to put him on top like this. Now, you can either put this guy in the oven at 350 for about 30 seconds to a minute. until it softens, or you can put it in the microwave just for about 10 seconds, just so it gets a little soft. So that is what I'm going to do. And my guy is still a little bit hard at 10 seconds, so I'm going to go in again for another 10 seconds, just in increments so it doesn't get too warm. Alright. And as you can see, it's kind of softened up, so we can get our items on. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get those candied eyes that are in your craft packet. So one eye. And do 2 eyes right here. Maybe push him a little far back as he's melting. And then we're going to take our Reese's Pieces as the nose. There's his eyes and his face. And then we're going to take our candy corns and stick them on the back like this. Whoop, mine's kind of melted, sorry. Stick them on the back like this. And before I would eat, I would just pop this guy in the fridge for a little bit, just so that chocolate hardens again. And then after it's done cooling, you can take them out and enjoy. So I hope you guys like this video and this craft. And I hope if you guys do it and participate and pick them up from the library, you guys send us videos of you guys doing it. So like I said, these will be available on Thursday at 9 a.m. And you can pick them up before story time or after. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks again for hanging out with me, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.